And here we go, everybody.
We're back.
We're back and better than ever.
I know. Well, temperature-wise, I am like
Yeah, are you
living.
thriving?
I'm in my. I mean, you're in a sweater.
I am in a sweater.
For someone who's been trying to hold on to summer throughout the whole heat wave, your outfit's telling me you're embracing fall.
Here's the thing. It's tough because I hate to be cold. Like, I hate it more than anything.
Yeah, we hate anemia.
Yeah. Like, I'm such an anemic girly. Like,
Yeah, she
one
bruises
slight,
like a peach and catches a chill very quick.
So true. One slight chill in the air and it's like, nose is a little runny. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah,
just so
time
chilly.
for a light sweater.
Oh, yeah. Like, I wear...
It is cute, though. It's a cute
Thanks.
sweater.
You know what? I think I got it at, like, J. Crew or something.
Yeah, it's giving, like, Labor Day
Yes,
beach
it's like
down
a cute
the Cape.
beach sweater.
Yeah.
That's actually when I bought it. I was like, this is a nice beach sweater. So thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Your shorts are giving spring though.
I know,
but
they
like
are.
but you know what?
They are.
Like florals are in for spring this year. Did you see that?
Groundbreaking.
Yeah. I mean, I meant
Florals
florals
are
for
in
spring.
fall.
Groundbreaking. Yeah, florals are in for the fall this year.
Cute.
Which I love that.
Yeah.
So you're very on trend.
We love a floral moment.
Yeah. I like a fall floral.
I mean, what would be a...
Like an olivey tone like you're
yeah,
in your
yeah,
pants
yeah.
now.
I guess like I'm thinking fall floral. Fall floral is like to me like a cornucopia.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
You know?
like
Not
a
the
mustard.
Hunger Games. The
Yes,
Thanksgiving
like the Thanksgiving.
centerpiece.
Yeah, precisely. Of course. So tell me about your weekend. You went to Portland.
Oh my god, I was on like a solid Benderella last week, starting from leaving here to go to the Red Sox game.
Yes.
Was out and about all night after at my friends Olivia and Juan and partied. Then I had an industry event the following night at the Science Museum.
Fun.
And I was out.
I love the Science Museum. Isn't there a Beyonce exhibit there?
Oh.
No, or maybe
They
it's coming.
did. No, they did it. They do it around the light show.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they've done
Okay, I
Rihanna.
think you're right, yeah.
I think they've done a Harry Styles.
Really?
Or One Direction,
Must have missed
maybe. But whatever. Yeah, they'll do them around the light show. So I had like an industry party at the Science Museum, and that was fun. And then, of course, I casually planned an after party.
Naturally.
So then I was out again until like 3.
Of course.
And then I was up and ready to go to Portland, Maine at 1 p.m. And I had to pack when I woke up. I had like no idea what I packed. My friend Sarah was like, bring pillows, bring blankets.
Where did you stay?
I brought nothing of the sort. I only packed my clothes and a toothbrush. She is a traveling x-ray tech.
Oh,
and so
cool.
she's in Portland for the summer.
Perfect.
So we stayed in her house right across from the like baseball stadium over there, Sea Dogs or whatever. They're like
That sounds right. I wouldn't know, but that sounds
like
accurate.
thing for like the Red Sox. Like, you know how they have...
Oh, like a minor league?
Yeah. So we stayed there. And so much fun. Great food. We went to this restaurant. It was like really good burgers. Problem is that it was like no reservations. It's just like a come and go as you please vibe. And like we're
reservation girly.
Planners. We like
me
to... We like to look at the menu. We like to already go in being like, we just need a minute, but we already know what apps we're getting. I already know what drink I want. I already know my entree.
100%.
We know like who's sharing what. Like I've already decided with Dylan, like I'll get the burger, you get the chicken sandwich, we'll split. So we couldn't plan for that. And really all I wanted was a lobster roll. And
of course,
I didn't get the lobster roll I deserved, but I got a lobster roll at our lunch place.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it was
do you do a cold lobster roll or a warm lobster roll?
I mean, I'll do both. I usually do a hot because I like the butter and the bread.
Me too, yeah.
So like that, like Irish, there's the bread and butter with everything.
Yeah.
So,
something disgusting about me though is I will just eat the lobster out of the roll and I won't eat the roll.
Yeah.
No, I won't eat the roll.
You won't eat the roll?
No.
Oh, well then what's the point?
Well, the lobster.
Yeah, but you can just get it out. Anyways, but I should have known when there was no option. That was red flag.
Oh, if they don't offer it hot,
location alone, I should have known it wasn't going to be good, but I was sticking to my guns.
Yeah, you're like it's Portland. How bad could it be?
Yeah, it was like even bad lobster in Maine still lobster.
Right, still good
like
lobster,
it's like eating bad lobster down the Cape. It's
Absolutely.
still lobster down the Cape. And it didn't.
Was there celery in it? I feel like that makes or breaks
I don't care about the celery. I don't mind.
I feel like it's like if it's celery in it, it's like Don't do that.
Oh, I don't mind the celery.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't mind. Because I like tuna with celery.
Oh.
So it's like
I don't
some
like
net. But it was so mayo heavy to me that grosses me out.
Oh, yeah, that's gross.
So I was pretty pissed.
I'm not
and it was on
vibing
like
with
just
that.
like a Wonder Bread hot dog bun.
Oh.
So it was like, But
you could have got that at Sullivan's Castle Island.
yeah,
and called
like
it a
I
day.
could have got that out. I think I've had a better lobster roll than 99.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God. No, I have a friend who literally like his favorite meal is the lobster roll from the 99. We used to joke about it all the time.
Nines.
Like the lobster roll is back at the 99.
Yeah, lobster roll's back.
I do love the 9s though.
Yeah.
The Gold Fever.
I mean,
Unparalleled.
it's like, what
Wings
else do
and
you
skins,
want?
there's nothing like it.
Nothing, but that's a full meal. That's like not we'll do that as a meal.
That is 100% a meal. The wings and skins. There's nothing like it. And I have a friend, and we used to debate about this, and she would say Applebee's is better than the 99. And there's just no comparison in my mind.
No, because like to me, a local chain hits different than like a national chain.
Exactly. I totally agree.
Like,
you can't go to a 99 everywhere.
No.
That's like saying Applebee's and Friendly's. Like Friendly's is a local girl chain.
Local girl.
Yeah.
May she rest in peace.
It's
the like
so true.
3 that are
There's
left
one in Weymouth, I think.
There's like 3 left standing. They're like basically 7 wonders of the world.
So true.
But yeah, I am. So it was like, that was fine. But so that was our problem. We ate a late lunch and everyone was kind of like blah because we couldn't get a reservation anywhere. So then we had like my friend's mom made us chicken cutlets. Like one thing with my friend is like we're food people. So it's like, and all our parents cook. So like my mom will be like, I'll make a buffalo, she has like this bomb taco dip that I've learned to make. So like I'll just always be in charge of that. But our friend Elisa, her mom Donna, like will do cutlets.
Yeah.
And they're so bomb. So it was like, whatever, we don't need to eat dinner. We have that tray of cutlets at home. And so that was like my dinner. And then I just drank my face off. And I don't remember leaving Sarah's apartment, but I was a hit in Portland.
Yeah, I was going to say. You seem like you left a real imprint on the Portland community.
I'm like, should I move to Maine? Is like kind of like what's left me thinking. I hit it off with all the guys and the girls.
Hey, I'm happy for you.
Apparently I kissed a girl.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you feel about that? You want to talk about it?
No.
Okay.
No.
We can move on.
No, I was calling her Little Miss Butt Heavy because yeah. If you're on my close friends, I did claim my main boyfriend.
Yep, I did see that.
Who I don't know what he looks like, but going off of his Patagonia shirt and his fresh fade. Yeah. Cute. He had to have been cute. There's he just had to be. Right. He just had to be. Oh. And
there's no other option.
My friend Sarah was like, "You could post your girlfriend," and I was like, "I'm not claiming. I can't claim her. I can't do it." No. But yeah, Maine was a blast. The ride home was
can't believe you're a Manian now. You're a maniac.
God awful. Yeah, insane in Maine.
Was the traffic bad?
Well.
You're just anytime you're hungover.
One thing about me is like I'm just a passenger, so I don't care when we get there.
And I've never asked you this. Do you drive? Like, do you have a license?
Not an active one. Okay. I used to
You did learn how to drive.
Yeah. And I drove for years. Okay. And then I crashed my Buick in.
Oh, okay. Maybe I did know
2016 Blue Ivy, and then I never needed a car again.
You're not, honestly, and I mean this is a compliment. You're not a car person.
Oh,
you're not a driver. Like, you don't need to be.
I was a menace behind the wheel.
Yeah.
My car was always riding dirty. I needed an inspection sticker. I'm like, every year? Why every year? Registration.
Once a year?
I'm like, how does that expire?
You're right.
How does I didn't give it anyone. Right. It's still me. That should be like a forever thing. And then I just hate car maintenance.
Oh, it's a big pain in the butt.
The second they know I'm like a little bit ahead, something goes wrong. So then and at the time, as a irresponsible 22-year-old, 23, I don't know however old I was, 23, making like no money working in local radio. The last thing I was doing was putting money into my car. Right. So I drove her. Thank God
drove her into the ground.
She crashed because God only knows.
No. Yeah.
So
I have a personal vendetta against excise tax.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Like, why?
Okay, no, so listen to this. So I bought a brand new car in March, right? Brand new, drove it off the lot, whatever. And I had like a 2018 and then I bought a 2022. Mm-hmm. So my excise tax was like, it was pretty expensive, whatever. But I had paid it for the year of 20, whatever, for the start of this year.
Yeah.
And I paid it, and then I got a brand new car in March, and all of a sudden, I get an excise tax bill.
Yeah, they don't care.
For $600.
Oh, because she's net new. That's like, why.
I already paid it for the other car for this year, and now you're going to make me pay again?
Massachusetts is so gross like that.
It's gross. And the roads are awful here.
Roads are awful.
And then I obviously just never paid it. I was like, come find me if you really want it that bad. And then I just got a letter the other day and it was like, pay this or else. So now I guess I do actually have to pay that one. That's my whole thing is now, so because I didn't drive and then I let my license expire, so I have to like renew it. Yeah.
And I know I got some stuff.
Yeah, like some tickets or something.
Haunting me that like, I just really am not ready to deal with, but I have to. No,
I don't blame you. I feel like that's
I have
fair.
to. I need.
You gotta get a real ID soon, right?
I can't keep taking my passport out. I've been doing that for the last.
You don't even have an ID?
No, she's expired. She's expired.
Like you can't just like get a regular, not even a license, just an ID card.
So I could, but I've had friends who have those, and like, not that I'm like going to like Sissy K's, but like they wouldn't accept it. They wouldn't take a mass ID. They would only take like a license or a passport. So like I'm already
That's such a Sissy K's thing.
Right? Like so annoying.
One of the only places I ever got denied with a fake ID, one was Sissy K's. The other was...
Tits in Alston?
Nope.
Oh, that was
mine. West End Johnny's.
Ew.
I was like...
They're lost, both of them.
Literally, I was like, this
West
is your
End Johnny's
loss.
is so gross.
And I was like... I mean, I was probably 19.
TikTok, and I'll post this because I follow the person. Someone posted barefoot in West End Johnny's.
That's
barefoot.
Criminal.
Barefoot.
They're probably going to lose that foot.
Just dancing around carefree.
Barefoot as the day they were born.
Literally. In West End Johnny's.
That's disgusting.
West End Johnny's. Like, not only was I thinking about like all the cheap well vodka spilled on the floor and like Bud Light, but like
all the men that have peed their pants.
Glass.
Yeah.
Glass. Like you're really willing to get a tetanus at West End Johnny's.
That's disgusting.
I'm all for the story, but like, baby, that's not your location. No. That's not the setting.
You need help.
That's not where my story is taking place. That's where my story's ending. Exactly.
Not a white refrigerator.
Not a white. Yeah, literally. Do that at the Grand, maybe. maybe. I'd like let it slide.
Yeah.
West End Johnny's. Jail immediately.
Jail.
You need help.
That's like doing it like Ned Devine's.
Yeah.
Like,
just going to Ned Devine's.
Yeah, no. Ned Devine's. If you go to Ned Devine's, you're either a cop or you're 17.
Yeah.
Like there's no other choice.
And either way, you shouldn't be there.
No, right, exactly. And either way, just go home.
Yeah.
What was your drink of choice in college? I feel like this is an interesting topic that I've been talking about a lot recently with friends, and I feel like it tells a lot about a person.
So, I mean, I feel like mine, like if you know me, my college girls first of all, before I tell you what my drink of choice was, my drink vessel was a funnel.
Oh, yeah.
I funneled.
I believe that.
Absolutely everything and anything. I've always been a vodka girl.
Yeah.
I was
so what were you drinking? Burnett's?
Yeah. Burnett's, plastic bottle. My favorite was the grapefruit, but I would do any flavor of Burnett's. And we would pregame with obviously Burnett's. We would chase with any juice, but our favorite thing to do was get the Moscato Colorasi jug cooking wine. And we would funnel it at like every pregame in college.
Michael.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have had like
a little Carlo Rossi.
And it would be like full cooking with the sweet Moscato. Like I can see it clear as day and it tastes like apple juice, the worst apple juice. And we would funnel that bad boy. Like me and my best friend Dylan would be like, oh, I got the handle. You go get the Moscato. It was like okay, I know exactly what I'm getting.
That's a good one.
And we would funnel that. Oof.
What's the first drink? And I feel like everybody has this experience. Mm-hmm. So think about it for a second, and then I'm going to count down from 3, and we're going to say it on 3. What is the first drink that scarred you for life that you'll never drink again? Okay. Think about it.
I have it.
Okay. I'm going to count down from 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1. UV Blue.
Jose Cuervo Gold.
Michael.
And I can't drink tequila.
Any of
them. Like they take me back. So my fraternity days,
Frat boy.
It was our like big little night, and I got my bag, and like we all like separate into like our lineage or family lines, and like every family had their own drink, and one of ours was Cuervo Gold, and I had to drink like a full pint. And one thing about me, I'm going to step up to the plate, and like I always like to boast my drinking ability. So I'm like, I can take this down, no problem, which I did. And then we went across the street to my friend's house. They were having like a keg party. And my last memory is a keg stand I remember leaving the party by like midnight. And then I got up the next morning on my friend's couch and drove immediately home to Medford because I just could not be in Bridgewater for the full week. No. And I did all my classes from home. I had to take myself away because I was so, like when I was bartending and people would like get that, I would have to like pour it with my head to the side. I couldn't even.
Oh, I don't blame you.
I can't even like take a whiff.
I forgot that you used to be a bartender. Bartender boy.
Yep. Wow. Service industry, baby.
So true. That's why, you know what? You can always tell who's worked in the service industry and who hasn't.
Yeah, who folded jeans and who was behind who knows how to handle a POS system.
See, I folded jeans.
Yeah, it's clearly.
Yep. I folded jeans and you worked at a POS, and that makes sense.
Yep.
Every duo is somebody folded jeans. Yeah,
someone worked at American Eagle and someone else worked at the 99.
Yeah, I worked at Vineyard Vines, obviously. So that's
even better.
Yeah, of course.
Derby Street.
Yep. Briefly, though, it was a brief stint. After I came home from the Disney College program, my parents were like, you need a fucking job, girl.
Mickey Mouse is not paying your bills anymore. Yeah, right.
And they were like, get a job. You can't sit home and be depressed all day. And I was like, okay, fine. So I went and got a job at Vineyard Vines. And then after that, I worked there for maybe 3 months.
Just holiday rush.
I have to leave here. I can't.
A seasonal help.
Yeah, it was awful. But anyways...
UV Blue was a big one.
It's scary. UV Blue is a scary drink.
It was.
I can't drink any. Yeah.
I was just talking about, do you remember 3 Olive?
Of course.
Who was like catered to children. Yeah.
Yes. With like the Fruit Loop flavor.
Who makes a loopy vodka, a Swedish fish, bubblegum, and then a dude, which is legit Mountain Dew, like what like only boys can drink Mountain Dew flavored vodka. Yes. Like what? You're catered to children. Yeah. Catered.
I mean, but that's like the whole conversation about the Juul industry. Like Juul was catered to children. Like that was.
I think
they lost
every day
they lost a big market.
It missed me.
I totally agree. I would be totally addicted.
I was addicted enough, but like I had other vices that like when I was out of a pack of pods, I'm like, I'll get a new one later. Right. Like it wasn't like top of mind for me.
Right. So, see, I always say I feel very lucky that I missed that trend.
Yeah.
My drink of choice in college was Arbor Mist.
Ew.
I was such an Arbor Mist. Ew. Arbor Mist and Twisted Teas.
Twisted Tea I'll get. That's like a big...
But now I'm old and I get indigestion. I have one and I'm like...
I feel like Twisted Tea was like a big South Shore thing.
Yeah, totally. It
was.
My friend Miles actually had like an Instagram account called like Tweezin'. And it was like Twee season. Yeah. And he would like post pictures of people doing like various things, drinking Twisted Teas. He actually, I'm pretty sure he got on a bottle or he was pretty close to it, getting on like one of the bottles of Twisted Tea. But yeah, like slapping the bag of Twisted Tea.
I loved the bag. That was a fun, that came out like my last year of college. So that was fun for like a Darty. The
Twisted Tea bag.
I loved the bag. Yeah. That was fun.
I was always a slap the bag kind of girl. Whether it was Franzia or whatever, I was always into that.
I was a box of Franzia for Halloween one year.
That's amazing. I'll have to see a picture of that because that sounds perfect.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Amazing. My weekend was good. After I left you, when did we recorded? We recorded on Wednesday. Yep. And I went on Thursday morning to Nantucket.
Right. I had never been.
It was lovely. It was really fantastic. It was very much like the Vineyard, like, because I'm a Vineyard girly at heart. My family used to spend a lot of time there growing up. And it was very much similar, but it was just a little bit more elevated, like a little chicer.
Just like a little more luxe, right?
It honestly, more than Nantucket, more than the Vineyard, it reminded me of almost like Salem, kind of, with like the cobblestone streets and like the little shops and the ocean. I also love Salem. But it was really cool. And then I ran into some influencers who I follow, Gals on the Go podcast, Danielle Carolyn and Brooke, whatever her last name is, Mikio. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I ran into Danielle and Kenzie Elizabeth and Katie Ballot.
I love that for you.
It was really, they were so nice.
Influencers in the wild.
Truly influencers in the wild. But they were like, Danielle was so nice, like asking me, like, she was like, what's your name? Like how long are you here for? What have you done while you're here?
Oh, nice.
And I also just want to tell you, while I was on Nantucket, I'm not fucking with you, probably one of the best meals I've ever had in my entire life.
What'd you got?
So we went to this Italian restaurant called Ventuno, and I got this like mushroom ravioli type pasta.
Yum.
And it was so delicious. Like, it was actually insane.
I love a good mushroom moment. They're so slept on.
So slept on. If you don't like mushrooms, it's time to grow up.
Yeah, like it's just
grow
one of those
and
things.
Get a sense
it's
of
like,
taste.
why not? They taste like whatever you want them to taste like. They like have no taste.
No, you're right. And whatever you add to it to make them taste good is what they will taste like.
Exactly.
And it was delicious. But then here's the real kicker. So they have this, when you order dinner, they're like, would you like dessert? Because the dessert is made to order. So you have to order it to get it made, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like we'll try whatever this dessert is. Like, it's fine. So it was basically like fresh strawberries and fresh blueberries from Bartlett's Farm, which is like the farm on Nantucket.
Yep.
And it was fresh strawberries and blueberries in like a freshly baked, homemade like pie crust.
Ooh.
And I'm not even kidding, Mike. It was probably the best thing I've ever eaten in my entire life. And I'm not even a pie girl. Like, I don't love, like, I'm not like, I'll die for apple pie. Like, doesn't do it for me.
I agree.
It was delicious with like a vanilla gelato on top.
Yum.
Oh my God, I could have died. It was literally amazing.
I'm not a pie girl either.
Me neither. But the pie crust was truly delightful.
Fun.
Yeah, it was great. And then I came home and I just chilled for a couple of days, and then I went down the Cape with some of my best friends, and I had like one of the best days I've had in such a long time. Like, it was just so wonderful.
Good weekend for the Cape.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. It was a little chilly at the beach, honestly. Like, when the clouds came, the cloud cover. But we got to the beach at like a little before 10 and stayed until the sunset at like 8:15. Like, we had a full blown beach day. Got pizza delivered to the beach.
Oh, fun.
It was lovely.
Fun.
Such a fun time. It was just like one of those days, like, you know, when your soul just like needs a good beach day. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was perfect with my friends Grace and Amelia, and it was a lovely, lovely time.
Perfect.
I had a blast.
I love that for you.
So now that we've talked about everything under the sun, let's dive on in. We got some interesting topics today. Are you ready?
I'm buckled up and in.
Thank God. All right. So first and foremost, we've been dabbling back and forth, just kind of vaguely mentioning all of the drama with Florence Pugh, Olivia Wilde, Harry Styles, and like the Don't Worry Darling business of it all.
And the lack of posting.
Yes. So Florence Pugh they just came out with an article in Harper's Bazar. I believe it just published yesterday, called Florence Pugh is Just Being Honest. Don't Worry Darling star. Greatest gift as an actor is her ability to discover the essential truth in every character. By the way, she looks stunning. I mean,
she
we'll
is
put up the
drop
picture.
dead.
She is gorgeous. Like,
gorge.
oh my God, I would die to look like her. She's absolutely perfect. But one of the most notable quotes from the article, where she talks about everything under the sun. First and foremost, before we get into the tea, she talks a lot about, well, not a lot, but she does mention that her and Zach Braff have split, which was a quarantine relationship that everybody had really strong opinions on. I was fine with it as long as it was, you know, she was of age and it was consensual. There was a big age gap, 21 years, I believe.
Yeah.
But they seemed happy.
When did they split?
So she says in the article, so they started talking. Okay, here's what it says. When Pugh and actor-director Zach Braff began dating in 2019, much was made of their 21-year age gap. It was an experience that Pugh found cruel and invasive. Whenever I felt like that line had been crossed in my life, whether it's paparazzi taking private moments or moments that aren't even real, or gossip channels that encourage members of the public to share private moments of famous people walking down the street, I think it's incredibly wrong.
Shady.
Just add Dumois.
Yeah, just say, fuck you, Dumois.
Tag Dumois next time,
literally.
Florence. I don't think that people, just because they have this job, that every aspect of their life should be watched and written about. We haven't signed up for a reality TV show.
That's tea.
Pugh and Braff quietly ended their relationship earlier this year. We've been trying to do this separation without the world knowing, because it's been a relationship that everybody has an opinion on, Pugh says. We just felt It's something like this would really do us the benefit of not having millions of people telling us how happy they are that we're not together. So we've done that. I automatically get a lumpy throat when I talk about it. That's sad.
That's sad. And so that brings up a fun thing. So I don't know if you remember, I do think it was Dumois who posted back in, I want to say maybe June, maybe late May, that she was at the beach in Europe, I think, with the guy from We Are the Millers, who's going to be in the new Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
And that they were like very playful on the beach, and everyone to that point was saying that like she should be with him and not Zach Braff.
Will Poulter.
But they've already broken up.
Yes.
It seems like. That's why I asked.
They had already broken up. But then she did come out shortly after that. She came out and said that her and Will were just friends.
Just friends. But if I remember the pictures correctly, it looked
they were having a good time.
Spicy.
But I just can't stand, I hate the narrative that, you know, she's jealous of Olivia Wilde. Like, I think she can have beef with Olivia Wilde without her being over something that she's jealous about.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Let's pass the Bechdel test here. Like, it doesn't have to be all about that. So, and this was the most notable quote about the Don't Worry Darling drama. So Florence said, when it's reduced to your sex scenes or to watch the most famous man in the world do something extremely intimate, it's not why we do it. It's not why I'm in this industry, Pugh says. Obviously, the nature of hiring the most famous pop star in the world, you're going to have conversations like that. That's just not what I'm going to be discussing, because this movie is bigger and better than that. And the people who made it are bigger and better than that. Shady.
Yeah.
In the best way possible. Listen, here's what I think.
Like a very elegant clapback.
Totally.
I love when you're fighting with someone and you don't swear.
Right.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Florence is damned if she does and damned if she doesn't.
Fully.
If she came out and said, I think Olivia made a brilliant movie, everybody would be like,
suck, you're kissing her ass.
Yeah, right. You're kissing her ass. If she says, I think this movie stinks, it's like, you're ungrateful and you are
you're
bad.
petty.
Yeah, exactly. So I think she's damned if she doesn't, damned if she doesn't. I think this is the best possible way that she could have said that.
I agree.
Because it's a way of saying, listen, this movie is good. And a lot of people have been saying there has been a lot of controversy recently. And I don't know if I only know this because I'm like so deep in the Harry Styles fandom.
Definitely, yeah.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of controversy lately. People saying that the main points and the main problem with Don't Worry Darling is that the more intimate scenes are not consensual. That's what people are saying just based off of what they've seen in the trailers. But then people who have actually seen the movie, who worked on the movie, who did all this stuff for the movie are saying when you see the movie, you will understand it a lot better.
Got it.
So I don't know how I feel about that. I'll be interested to see what the movie actually looks like. You know what I mean? Because I have no idea.
Totally.
I have no idea what the point is. So the article is very interesting and it does talk a lot about all of that stuff. I'm interested to see what happens when they are supposed to go to Venice. They're supposed to all go to the Venice Film Festival together. It was rumored that they would be doing the press together. Then it was rumored that none of them would be doing the press together.
I saw that. I saw they wouldn't be walking the carpet together.
Right. That is what I saw. So it says Florence has not yet seen the film, which is set to debut at the Venice Film Festival. But she credits that. This is what she said. And this is another little shady kind of perfect quote that I love.
Yeah.
If I shout about one thing about the movie, she says, it's that these people, the people who were the crew and the COVID nurses is who she's talking about. It's that these people made the movie happen. They came to work every day on time and fully respected the process.
And if you remember, like what everyone's been saying, there was so much with Olivia, like,
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think it shall be very interesting to see what happens when the movie actually does come out. Is this getting
Oscar buzz or no?
I don't think so. I think it's just getting so much buzz that if it is getting Oscar buzz, it's because it's getting so much buzz.
Got it.
But I have no idea. But I mean, with such a star-studded cast, I don't see how it couldn't get Oscar buzz.
Yeah.
I mean, Florence alone.
Well, that's what I mean. Like it would.
I mean, and she was already Oscar. She already got nominated for, was it Little Women?
Definitely. It had to have been Little Women.
Yeah,
right?
She got nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah, which rightfully so.
Yeah, of course. But I think it's going to be, we're really going to have to see what happens next. But she actually, another thing that she revealed in the article, which was really interesting, is that she was initially offered the role that Olivia Wilde ended up playing. So she was offered that initially. And then when COVID happened, her calendar freed up drastically.
So then she
and that's how she ended up taking the lead role in this movie. So she says, and she also says, I love playing a distressed woman.
I love that for her.
Fascinating. I'm very curious to see how this plays out. I think it shall be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely...
I shouldn't say that. I don't know if the movie will be fantastic. Florence will be fantastic.
Yeah, she'll be great, I think.
And I say that as a Harry stan.
I mean, I think the trailer looks good. It looks very, like, psycho thriller with a bigger meaning. I think those movies always do well in the box office. I think... everyone's very interested in seeing Harry's acting ability in like a lead role that like I do think it's gonna do well.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't imagine
it'll do well no matter what.
Flop.
Right.
Even if it's like a god awful movie.
Right. At the box office,
the numbers are gonna be fine. Right. But I do think that like this whole like last 6 months of behind the scenes drama, I think has made people who aren't even fans of Harry or like movie connoisseurs, like I would say like a little bit more inclined to like be like, what's the tea, honeybee? What's going on?
But I also think, and I do feel for Harry in this instance, because if I'm a producer, director, whatever in Hollywood, and I'm seeing all of this, I'm not particularly inclined, if I haven't seen the movie yet, to book him for something else, just deal. Knowing what's going on behind the scenes.
And I know this is going to sound a lot, just the way Hollywood navigates. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a problem for Harry. I think it'll be a problem for Olivia.
Yeah, you're right, because it is such a misogynist industry. Like, it's going to make her look a lot worse than it's going to make him look.
I think if anything, it makes Harry Styles more desirable. I think
you know what, you're right, because even like with the Elvis thing, how Harry was allegedly passed over. I mean, he said in an interview he was passed over for Elvis because he already has that star power.
Yep.
Now knowing that he has that star power, directors are, you're right, actually, because directors are going to be like, oh, he already brings, a certain level of je ne sais quoi to the fucking movie.
I don't think it's going to be like, if I were a producer, like I wouldn't be thinking we shouldn't pick Harry. I'd be like, we need him. I mean, he's going to be he's in Marvel now. Like,
and he's in that new My Policeman, which is also coming
gay
out,
police movie.
which I'll see that as well, of course. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out. It's definitely going to be interesting, and it's not over yet. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And one last note about Florence. Florence talked about, I'm not sure if you saw it, but recently at the Valentino Couture show, she was wearing that like Barbie pink gown with the tulle with the sheer top. And she talked a little bit about that and said like she was super comfortable with it. But she said that showing that she was comfortable with it made people so mad. Well, which like, grow up. People are so stupid. I love that picture. I posted it to my Instagram story. She looked absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
And anybody that had anything to say about it can just...
No, I think she looks stunned. I think Florence is I think she's intimidating because she is such a great actress and has the range to do what she did in Black Widow, to Little Women, to this. And I think she's funny, like people, I love her on social. Like, I didn't follow her until I watched Little Women and she was like the breakout to me. I was like obsessed with her. Yeah. And I think that, like that just because she's so confident and like so
and
secure.
People hate a
secure, confident woman. And it's like, of course, like they're mad because that's what she wore and she rocked it. But like Rihanna can do it the same thing. And it's like expected of Rihanna to do it, but it's not expected of a supporting actress nominee to do that. It's so sick.
It is it's so sick.
But Florence is an icon.
I love her, and I'm very fascinated to see how this all plays out. And speaking of the Florence, Harry, the next time you see me, I will have seen the new Harry Styles residency.
You would have gone to church.
Yep. I actually like made my husband promise. This is something that we talked about like before we got married. I made him promise that he would never stop me from spending money on Harry Styles or a One Direction reunion tour, because that's one thing that he's never gonna I'm never going to not spend that money on it. And that was something that I made him agree to. Like, I don't care if it's $500 or $5,000. When One Direction reunites, I will be there in the pit.
You think they will?
Maybe 20 years from now.
I don't think they will now. With
I
everything
think someday.
with
the NSYNC of it all, like, they'll definitely do that.
NSYNC still hasn't done it.
Okay, but Backstreet Boys did.
Yeah, but Backstreet Boys, what do the rest of them have going on? Nothing. They need that.
You're right. But I think someday. I'm not saying never. I don't
think so.
We'll see.
I don't.
Well, if they do, we'll have to go.
Zayn and...
Well, I think the four of them would reunite without Zayn. The way that they were when they ended the band.
I don't think they like... What's his face?
Ugh, Liam, that idiot.
Yeah, I think he's the odd one out.
Yeah, but I think they could put that aside if they... Here's the thing. Harry doesn't have to. Harry is the biggest pop star in the world. And it's not even close. Anybody who tries to say that anybody else in One Direction is comparable is an idiot, in my humble opinion.
Although I really like Niall.
Oh, I love Niall. I love Niall. But do I think he's on the same caliber as Harry? No.
No.
But he could be if he wanted to.
No, I think they're a different genre. Yeah. I feel like he's like a
Harry is a
Dermot
pop
Kennedy.
rock and roll. Yes.
Like
totally.
I bucket him there.
Yeah, I agree with you. But his album is good.
Niall's? Oh, I liked his new album. Yeah, it was good.
It's good.
Good work, music.
All right. So now speaking more about some tea drama that's been going on. And this is kind of an ongoing story. It's not new. It's not old. It's kind of developing. We're learning a little bit more every day. So
Hulu is taking their notes. We will have a doc by Christmas. I'm telling you.
You're so right. I totally agree. So Victoria Beckham in Cold War with new daughter-in-law, Nicola Peltz. So
I love this.
This is what the headlines say. Peltz, 27, just married Brooklyn Beckham, 23, Victoria's oldest son with soccer star David Beckham, as if we didn't already know that.
Yeah, right.
They got married back in April. But we hear that trouble was brewing even before the nuptials. They can't stand each other and don't talk. A source close to the family told us the buildup to the wedding was horrendous. The source says that Peltz, who is the actress daughter of New York billionaire Nelson Peltz, a non-exclusive chairman of Madison Square Garden, among other lucrative things, didn't want her soon-to-be mother-in-law, quote unquote, to be any part of the planning, and she wouldn't clue Victoria in on anything. Communication was minimal. Big mistake.
First mistake at all. Like, it's, to me, that's posh Spice.
Right.
Like,
put some respect on her name.
She is bare minimum Spice. Like, you get the black Gucci dress and she's standing there, her microphone's off. Like, but we're not saying she's not chic.
Right.
And like, how are you going to go marry one of the biggest international families?
Yep.
Universally liked.
Well, I shouldn't say universally liked because it's always been known that Victoria Beckham is pretty cold.
Exactly. But I mean, that's why you like
if
her.
she wasn't cold, she would have been Baby Spice. Like, she was Posh Spice.
Exactly.
That's in the name. I'm not saying it's right that she's beefing with her 27-year-old daughter-in-law. She's 50, grow up. But I also think that there's two sides to every story. And I think maybe Brooklyn strikes me as a mommy's boy.
So is there more you have on this? Because I have some things that I've pinned down.
You say it and I'll see if I have any other good pull quotes.
So apparently the beef has been going on, no help with the wedding, kind of wedged her out. Brooklyn's obviously taken his new wife's side. So I get your whole mommy boy type thing. But one big thing that stands out, and this is from a blind eye, Bravo and Cocktails.
Okay.
The bride whose mother-in-law doesn't like her had no bridesmaids at her wedding. She has no friends because she's a clear user and his parents see right through that.
Ooh.
And she's trying to climb the ladder using their name. And in response to I believe this because then I did a little digging and I did see no bridesmaids. Mm. And what's kind of catapulted this whole silent beef was that she was on the cover of something that was the new Mrs. Beckham.
I did see
that.
And
that's why.
Were you silent or were you silenced?
Yeah. And at this, I do think you reading off her dad being rich from Madison Square, what the fuck does that mean to me?
Yeah, I think they're loaded, I'm sure.
Yeah, you come from money, but you have no status. It's, it's
money can't buy you class.
Exactly. And there's no longer that whole why
old money.
Or not only that, but like the idea of like a socialite. I don't think they exist like they used to with like a Paris and Nicole or like the Tommy Hilfiger's daughters who had that TV show. Like there's no longer like, I feel like a need for that type of fame.
That type of socialite.
Yes.
We have a different type of socialite now. Like I would say Brooklyn Beckham is a socialite. Like I would consider him a socialite.
Yeah, like you want more of that already famous, the parents been famous.
On name alone.
And that like lineage that you're like obsessed with.
Did you see, speaking of, I just realized that this computer has been covering my face for like the majority of this episode. So let me just shift here. But sorry to the YouTubers. Did you see that Brooklyn Beckham recently, you know that guy that does the TikToks and it's like, hey man, I love your car. Like, what do you do? Have you ever seen those?
No.
Okay. Well, I always see them. And it's this guy and he like goes up to cars and he's like, hey man, like I love your car.
Oh,
like,
actually,
gorgeous.
yeah.
And he's like, what do you do for work? And like, they'll be like, oh, like I'm a plastic surgeon, like whatever, just things like that. And apparently in like a viral TikTok partnership or whatever, he did one with Brooklyn Beckham and he was like, oh, what do you do? And he was like, oh, I'm a chef. And he was like, oh, like really, like a chef? Like, are you a good, he was driving like a McLaren, like something, some $1 million car. And he was like, oh, are you a chef? Like, are you a good one? And he was like, I'm trying. And I'm like, I didn't even know Brooklyn Beckham was a chef, but apparently he's like a social media chef. Like he like does like a cooking show online.
Interesting.
I don't know. I didn't know anything about it. But
there's rumored. So this also too could be good buzz because there's rumored there's going to be an HBO Max like Spice Girls doc thing for like their 25th anniversary.
Ooh, I would love that.
And apparently Posh is involved in this one because she wasn't involved in the last one.
Yeah, I did see that. Interesting. So the last quote that stands out to me says, the sources suspect that Pelt, who may be suffering from a little jealousy about her man's globally renowned mom and isn't thrilled with the attention that she gets, especially around her wedding day.
See, I feel the complete opposite.
See that.
I feel like that blind item, there's a little truth to it.
Yeah.
I think she wants the Hailey Bieber effect.
Totally.
And like
she wants her nail polish color to go viral.
Yeah, exactly. And like she's not going to get it.
No. I also just think, I don't know, maybe I'm being mean, but 23 and 27 seems like a big age gap for me. Especially to get married.
Especially like thinking of the straight 23-year-old brain.
Yeah, that's so... Mike, that's so true.
Like what?
No offense to all of our 23-year-old male fans out there, which I'm sure there's plenty of them.
The thought of a straight male brain, unless you're down south, like you are not getting married.
No.
Like that.
No.
And 27? No.
Yeah, that's...
To a 23-year-old, it's like apples to oranges. It's like you haven't really even experienced life yet.
Yeah. No, you're right. I totally agree. Interesting. So we'll keep following this story as it develops. But
I think there'll be like a bigger thing that comes out of this. Yeah. I think some type of 2020 Dateline.
Yeah.
Some type of ABC News. Yeah, exactly.
Meghan Markle Oprah interview.
Totally.
Which now that's twice that we've referenced that in this one episode. So interesting. But that was like a big moment for me. The Meghan Markle interview.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was one of the, like, I always say, like, some of the best days on Twitter. That was one of the best days on Twitter. Mm-hmm. That was that one. And, like, there was a couple other really good ones too, but that one really in my mind as, like, a very good day for the Twitter people. But moving on to another famous mother figure pop star.
So much love.
So apparently this coming weekend, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck to throw 3-day wedding extravaganza. So Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are having their dream wedding celebration 1 month after tying the knot in Vegas. The couple will celebrate their nuptials this weekend, and it'll be a party fit for the pages of Vogue, we hear. It's going to be all about J.Lo, quote. Ben wants all of the focus to be on her for their big day, an insider exclusively says.
That doesn't shock me. I feel like this like could be like their break.
Yeah.
The one thing that drives them apart, because I do think I never once thought they were a PR thing. I thought they were always like, I think she's so good for him.
Yeah.
But I
don't think it was PR. I think it was helpful for him in his time of need.
Yeah. And I think that, not to say that Ben Affleck isn't famous, but let's be clear, like, he wasn't getting that media attention married to Jennifer Garner.
No.
You know? So like, I do think like
there was attention there, but not like this.
I do think like it's like overwhelming for him.
Yeah.
And I think that's why like the clear quote, it's about Jen, because like he wants no part of this.
Right.
Like you saw the pictures of him and France sleeping like he was in a recliner with his mouth open. Like that was their honeymoon. Like, you know, I do think like this will be their bigger adjustment. Not that like J.Lo wasn't famous when they were together in 2004, but like there's like a more, I think, clout behind her than ever.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Like, especially with the A-Rod of it all.
Yeah, like, and it's like the recent breakup, the new like movement of it all. So apparently, according to the article, their 3-day intimate celebration for family and friends will kick off on Friday with a rehearsal dinner. The actual ceremony will take place on Saturday, and they'll close out their weekend with a barbecue and picnic on Saturday. Lopez, who is 53, is expected to wear a custom couture Ralph Lauren dress made in Italy, and Vogue magazine is expected to document her fashion journey for the weekend.
That's exciting.
That actually is exciting. I'm very fascinated to see how this goes. I think it'll be lovely.
I'm happy she's going Ralph Lauren
Me
and
too,
not
and classic
Versace, like, but because that was the green dress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to see that green dress ever again.
What? I love that green dress. How dare you?
She just keeps wearing it and expects the same reaction.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, it was a moment in time, but like it's been done. It would be like if Britney.
It was worn. The real one was worn on Drag Race.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited.
I mean, it's iconic dress.
I want to see who's invited. I want to see.
Oh, me too. I want them to do the way that Vogue, was it Vogue who covered Sophia Bush's wedding recently?
Yes.
I want the same treatment for J.Lo. Mm-hmm. And you know what? And I say this with love. J.Lo is such a thirst monster that she'll get it.
Oh, yeah. I want that. I want to know how the kids were involved. I want to know, like...
I want to know the flavor of the fucking cake.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know it all.
Me too.
Is Dunkin' involved? Like...
Sponsored.
Yeah. Is there morning after sponsored by Dunkin'?
Of course.
How is that? I need it.
It must be.
Is there a cigarette bar?
They're...
like...
A little butt bar?
Yeah, like a little... Like something that keeps it close to his Boston roots. I need it.
So true.
Marlboro Red sponsorship.
A little Mar bread.
Mm-hmm.
That would be perfect.
Yep, and like a large ice regular.
Yep, a large ice regular.
But yeah,
but I'm happy for them. I think it'll be fascinating to see.
Yeah, I'm interested to see.
I feel like that's what I'm saying about everything. I feel like I'm always like, it'll be fascinating. I'll be interested to see how it turns out.
Yeah, I want to see like what.
But it's true, and it's a slow news week. People, leave it alone.
I know it is a slow news week. We're like bottom barrel.
We really are.
I am interested to see the pictures. I think I really want to know like who's going though, like from like the Ben side of it all. Like what's Matt Damon doing? Who's he bringing? What celebrities are going to be there? I need it. I need it. Need it.
I want to see who his boys are, who his groomsmen.
Yep.
Fascinating. So we'll see. All right, next up, we did briefly talk a little bit about Bama Rush last week, but let's talk a little bit more about it. So apparently, according to Variety, HBO Max and Vice team up for a deep dive into the University of Alabama's sorority rush week. The viral TikTok sensation that is Bama Rush, aka sorority recruitment sorority recruitment week at the University of Alabama, is getting the documentary treatment from Vice Studios and HBO Max, Variety has confirmed. Directed by introducing Selma Blair director Rachel Flight, the documentary is currently in production in Tuscaloosa, where Rush Week at the University of Alabama has recently concluded with more than 2,500 students rushing 19 sororities. The film is a thoughtful and compassionate portrayal. Sorry, this is a quote. Quote, the film is a thoughtful and compassionate portrayal of young women in 2022 as they rush the sorority system at the University of Alabama, Flight said in a statement in Vice, which was first provided to the New York Times for an August 12th story that confirmed that the documentary is indeed filming.
I think this will take down Greek life in every way, shape, and form.
Me too.
I think this will be the end of Greek life.
Yep.
Which,
if they do it right, and if they do it the way,
there's no way with that quote where you're
that
like,
cannot be flattering.
The way that they're like, it's gonna be just like a fun little day in the life of no, nope. They are going to dismantle it from the inside.
Yeah. And I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. Like honestly, like even as a member of Greek life, like yeah, whatever. It was fake. It wasn't real.
Right.
Especially like in Bridgewater State. Like love the brothers I still talk to, but like it's fucking like 2 of them.
Right.
It's like, let's not forget that, especially I want to say it was Alabama, 2014, they just became integrated.
Yeah.
Like Greek life
it was full, like not like it was segregated.
Yeah, like no, like still full.
No,
like,
and Bama Rush is on my shit list after they all dropped Grant.
Well, and now it's a huge opportunity missed if they don't pull Grant into this.
Totally.
Fully. And it almost makes it like seem a little like were you silent or were you silenced? Yeah, like were they planted into this rush thing, recruitment? Because apparently what I've read, because there's only like 6 who like broke out on TikTok because not a lot of people weren't allowed to post.
Yeah.
And I heard from like, obviously when you get on that algorithm, you're on like every facet of it. And I heard that Rush was shut down early on day 2 because there were so many houses that got caught girls with microphones and were bugged. That
really,
someone posted like one of the presidents. There was a TikTok I legit saw. I wish I could still pull it up. Was like, just as a reminder, like Rush is like a camera free thing, and so like we encourage.
Do you think they were doing it for their own like personal vlogs, or do you think they were doing it for HBO?
HBO bugs, fully bugged and wired, going to these houses.
I will be shocked if it paints it in a good light. That's what I'll say.
I don't think it's gonna. And I think Greek life. I think National Greek Life. If I were them, I would be
quaking in your boots.
I would be burning documents. I would be 100%. Doing a full deep dive. And like I said, anyone who's going on reality TV, clear your Twitter. Find new headquarters, go through all your fucking draws and start burning shit because the call's coming from inside the house and you're done. You're done.
Do you watch Succession?
Yeah.
It's giving Cousin Greg.
Yeah. No, literally.
What's he saying? He's like shredding one, keeping one. And he's like, one saves me, one kills me. One saves me, one kills me.
Yeah. And like, and if you are trying to save your face, hand it over.
Yep.
And get ahead of it.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be pretty.
No.
It's going to expose the University of Alabama in such poor light.
And there's this whole thing, like, I don't even know if we can say this on air, but like, there's this whole thing that like, apparently there's this big like conspiracy of people behind the sororities and the fraternities, especially in Alabama. Have you heard about this?
No.
Okay. So I don't want to say too much about it because like I'm scared that they'll like find me on this little podcast and take me out. But there's this whole big conspiracy that like, there's these people in Alabama at like basically pulling the strings of Greek life in all of the major Southern sororities.
That makes sense.
And not only that, but they also like control a lot of like political things.
Yeah.
Not only political within the sororities and fraternities, but political like within the world.
Oh, yeah.
For the U.S. particularly.
It like all goes back to like the Freemasons.
Right. Yeah.
It's like,
not to be conspiracy theorists on here, but it's giving Illuminati.
Yeah, it's giving KKK.
Yeah, 100% is
like,
what it's giving.
Sorry,
it's very racist. I mean, we know it's racist down there, anyways.
Core.
But,
it's like a bunch of white people all getting pinned in white. I'm sorry, we've seen that before. Like, it's
you're right. No, you're right.
I feel like up north it's so fake and like we just want to do it to wear LL Bean that like it doesn't matter for us. It's like more of like a preppy lifestyle. It's like we all wear fucking Vineyard Vines and vests. Like let's all hang out together and drink beer.
Yeah.
Down south, like it is so scary and like no. Like
well, and there was that one girl last year who ended up getting dropped, and she said a lot of it was due to like racial.
The tan girl, I know the one you're talking about.
Yes. Her handle was like, what would Jimmy Buffett do before she changed it eventually.
Yep.
But she had like a ton
So I heard HBO Max reach out to her.
Ooh, I would hope so. Cause she had a horrible experience and was like, a lot of it was very racially motivated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I will watch this as a person who like went through Greek life and like, it's like, if you're
how could you not have a critical eye? You know what I mean? Like,
but like also too, I think like we come from a generation where it's like you saw like every college movie was like frat sorority, Legally Blonde, Animal House, like like it was just
Delta
like you thought like that was something you do. Like it was just like it fit like a stereotype and arc, and but at its core, it's like it's racist. It's racist.
As we all know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Only time will tell.
Wear your letters proud, girls, because it's coming to an end.
Your time's almost over.
Yep.
All right, and lastly, something that you actually called this. I don't know if you remember, but you said a couple weeks ago that you had heard that Tamara was coming back because Tamara Judge. So let me just read you the headline. Tamara Judge closes Cut Fitness after nearly 10 years in business. Quote unquote, it's sad. So Tamara Judge has closed, Tamara Judge and husband Eddie Judge opened the studio and they are saying goodbye to their business. People can confirm that the Real Housewives of Orange County couple has officially closed Cut Fitness, the gym that they own in Rancho Santa Margarita, California. Sad.
Broke.
Yeah.
Broke. She needs the Bravo check.
I think so too. But apparently she said, I didn't know this until recently, but did you know that she has a podcast with Teddy Mellencamp?
Yes. 2 T's in a pod.
Okay. Fantastic name. Love that for them. Couldn't hate Teddy Mellencamp more.
Same.
Insufferable.
And she is insufferable and she sucks. And it's
monsters,
so annoying.
Like, trying to continue doing absolutely whatever they can to keep
I hate
themselves
that the
relevant.
podcast is kind of good.
I've never listened. I didn't even know they had one.
It's like a full back end alley of like Housewives tea. Really? And like they'll go through the blinds. Yeah. It's like that was the big thing for Tamara was why I'm kind of shocked she got pulled back was because like Andy legit made a statement that was like, how can you be a Housewives when you do an exposed like a behind this podcast on Housewives? Totally. Like, so her big thing is that they recap everything. So she's not able to recap the upcoming season of OC or talk about it. Right. That's like her big thing.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, she has the podcast with Teddy. That's been like their new thing. They did well. It's part of iHeart.
It sounds like she's talking at you when she says this. So here's a little quote from the article. The topic came up when she and Mellencamp discussed dealing with the haters online. Tamara recalling that she recently got a comment from a fellow small business owner on Instagram that said, no wonder she's going back to RHOC. She has no money. She has to close her gym down. See? But also true. We decided to close our gym down way before I got asked to go back on the show. So that has nothing to do with anything that's going on right now, Tamara said on her podcast. She went on to say that Cut was doing good until the pandemic. Quote, listen, we almost made it to 10 years. I'm proud of what we did, proud of what we built. And you know what? You'll all find out more things are coming. Tamara said, it is what it is. She continued.
She has
She has the CBD line. And apparently it's like pretty, I think she said on the podcast that it's like, she said, quote unquote, it's a very successcul CBD business.
Yeah, Vecna
CBD.
I've posted for them before. They've sent me product. Yeah.
Oh, was it good?
I never took it. Oh. Fake ad.
Fake influencer.
Full fake ad. I was kind of scared. It was a pill. I've done like a CBD
pill?
Gummy, but I was like
CBD gummy is different.
I've done a full pill.
That's a little
I was
messy.
like,
you have to take it like a Sunday night.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not taking a CBD pill. Are you crazy?
Yeah, that's stressful.
But I fully posted for it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do to get that bag.
I got like a Christmas thank you card from them.
Hey, that's pretty nice. Yeah. Which is a good transition, good doing what you got to do to get that bag. And I never even told you this, but we actually have next week on our episode, we will be having a guest, an influencer that everybody knows and loves. Wait, who? Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yes. We have a friend coming on the pod next week. And she's like, she gets brand deals that I could only ever fucking dream of.
Oh my God, it's so annoying. I hate it.
I'm like, you're like, damn it, I'm so jealous.
Annoying. Yeah.
So I want to hear all about the ins and outs of that.
I love that. That'll be fun.
We'll post a little question box and we'll tell you who it is eventually. You'll know soon.
Yeah.
But and we'll garner some questions for her because it's going to be a really good collab. I'm very excited about it.
Me too.
But anyways, back to this. So I'm sad for them, but she's annoying. So whatever.
Yeah. Well, there is like we always end up. There's always some hot Bravo goss going on.
Yeah. There's something else.
So I have some 2 good ones that came out today.
Okay. Keep going.
Do you watch Housewives Salt Lake?
Yeah, of course I do.
So,
Mike, we've talked about it a million times.
Oh, right. So,
oh, right.
Rumor has it, because obviously season 3 of Salt Lake just wrapped, Jen Shah will be going to jail in November, or whenever her arraignment is, I think in October, November. But Mary Cosby's might be coming back for season 4.
What?
So Bravo and Cocktails, my Bravo Dumois, if you don't follow them, they posted this today. Due to her demand for her to be back and Jen Shah heading to prison, Mary Cosby is in early negotiations and talks to return for season 4. She will either be back at full time or return as a friend of, and then for season 5 be full force. Fans will be happy to see her back. I feel a mixed bag. I guess I have to see like what happens in season 3 for me to feel like if I've missed Mary or not.
Yeah.
I felt like she was a little chaotic and like not in a good way. Not in a way like I enjoy.
Not in a fun way.
Not in a way I enjoy. Not like a...
She was chaotic in like a, this is painful to watch.
Yeah, like not like a Kim Richards.
No.
Not like a chaos like that where I felt like the drama she brought was good.
A chaos like you're messy and like you
yeah,
need
like
to take
and
a
it's
step
like
back.
you don't even know the lies you're saying, and every week you sound delusional.
Like, I was just gonna say so delusional.
So delusional, and like at the end, I was like happy to know that she wasn't coming back because I was just like done with like her ripping everyone up in the confession and then crying.
But she skipped the reunion, right?
Yeah, she skipped,
that's why. Yeah.
She skipped second
I knew
season
that, but
reunion.
I forgot. Damn.
And then lastly, like BravoCon is on everyone's minds because it's the first one in like 3 years.
Yeah. And it's only the second one ever?
I think, second or third?
I think it's the second one ever because I think it was like the first one and it was like, maybe they did that weird thing where they did like 2 in one calendar year.
I think they did the 2018, 2019 and then didn't have.
Yeah, because of COVID.
Yeah. So 3 big things are rumored to be, so again, Bravo and Cocktails. With BravoCon being back after 3 years, they're planning on making it big. A lot of announcements of new shows, new cast members, and returning cast members too. Here's what you can expect that weekend. A View-style talk show with former housewives to be announced. The first 3 already confirmed are Lisa Vanderpump, Cynthia Bailey, and Kathy Wakili. They're all locked in.
Okay, well, I love Kathy Wakili,
so I'm really excited about Kathy.
I'm excited about Kathy. Lisa,
she deserves a Bravo redemption.
I agree.
I think she'll shine on her own. And if it is like going that morning talk show view, like that's our cooking, that's our health, that's our fitness. That's like that narrative.
But what does Lisa Vanderpump bring to that?
Luxury shopping product.
Other than opinions that are...
I'd rather Lisa Vanderpump than Rinna selling me QVC shit. If Lisa Vanderpump is going to be like your culture girl.
Shockingly, I disagree, but okay.
I just honestly...
Here's the thing.
Rinna needs to be put on pause.
Okay, no, you're a tree hugger. I actually I'm kind of a Rinna hugger.
I like Rinna.
I like Rinna too.
I like Rinna a lot. I root for Rinna.
Well, you got blocked by her, so I
don't care that she blocked me. I just think Rinna
Mike's like,
has had a couple seasons and her gig's up. And I just think she needs like a Dorinda pause. I don't want to see Rinna not in the Bravo universe.
Did you actually watch, speaking of Rinna, did you actually watch the TikTok that I sent you last night or you just responded immediately and laughed?
I watched it already,
You responded super fast. So anytime somebody responds super fast, I just assume that they didn't watch it and they just laughed because they didn't want to watch it. I feel like we have
very overlapping algorithms. Yeah. So like
You probably, did you already see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So Lisa Rinna, Harry Styles like very clearly waves to somebody at his concert in Toronto and like the camera turns around and it's, Harry Hamlin, Lisa Rinna, and Amelia Gray.
Yep.
And like Amelia Gray commented on it and was like, oh, so the caption was like Harry Styles waving to Lisa Rinna at his show in Toronto. And Amelia Gray comments on it and was like, I heard a rumor that he was actually waving to Harry Hamlin.
Yeah.
And the girl commented back and was like, the girl didn't realize that it was actually Amelia Gray who was commenting. And she was like, no, I think he was actually waving to like their daughter, like who he's friendly with. And the girl was like, no, that's me. It's actually me that you're talking about.
Rinna posted because I had to see it on my personal because she's off my Bravo one. Right. So it's like,
sad.
Yeah. So it's like, I just have to like happen to find Rinna's shit. And she posted like when Harry waves at Harry. So like, because apparently Harry Hamlin gave him like a thumbs up. Cute, right?
Cute.
So annoying. Fuck you, Rinna. Anyways, so Bravo Views show, which I've heard for like 6 months now that was coming. Yeah. So into it, they need anything but a Below Deck rerun.
Anything but another Below Deck spinoff. Like anything. What's next? Below Deck dinghy.
And I think it's really smart from a marketing end. I think it's really smart from like advertising. Bravo has so much of those Bravo celebrities have so much of their own. It opens because, and I'll tell you why I think this is happening for my new theory too. So again, we're going to have the Rahoney reboot and Legacy cast official announcements, which I've seen a bunch of different things last week. Did you see that after? I think it was Thursday, so we didn't even talk about it. But there was like basically a blind item that went out about the Rahoney reboot cast.
Yes, I did see this.
So one girl I think is definite in it. I forget her name, but she was supposed to be on Dallas before it got canceled. I think in her picture, I'll post it. Like she looks very Carrie Bradshaw in the pic. It's like her in like this tulle dress.
I did see that.
And the New York skyline. Yes. I was obsessed. So her husband is a surgeon in New York. Originally, they met in New York. They were living in Dallas last year. Now they moved back to the city. So this is how the whole New York tie-in. And she's a matchmaker, which is fun.
I did see that.
I love the rumored fashion editor of Bustle. Oh. Which is fun. Latinx influencer. And then a couple other random ones that still haven't been confirmed, but very diverse, very melting pot. I'm very into it.
Me too. Now talk about the big announcement.
The what? What's the big announcements? Oh, what? Oh, that one. Yeah. So basically, Dumas posted that there's going to be some life Bravo changing news that is going to be announced at BravoCon. Mm-hmm. And I think Andy's taking a step back.
And why do you think that?
I think Watch What Happens Live, I think, is a lot with the two kids. I think also the Nene of it all. Mm. I think he needs to not be so much in the forefront of Bravo right now with all of that happening. Mm-hmm. And with this talk show, I could see them scrapping Watch What Happens and moving it to this.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
That's what I think. I can't think of what else would be so life altering. Like what, Bethany coming back? Like, okay, like that's not rocking my world. Yeah. But I think something with Andy, I think would be very jarring. So either removing him as host of Watch What Happens Live not coming back in 2023. Right. But I don't think Andy won't be affiliate of Bravo. I think he'll always be executive producer. I think he'll always be back end. But I can see him now with the two kids taking a step back
and being like just an EP,
having his radio gig, maybe still doing the reunions.
I bet he would still do that. He's so thirsty he couldn't give that up.
I think
respectfully, Andy, I do love Andy.
I still think still doing the reunions, but I think this might be.
Do you like Andy? Are you an Andy fan?
I'm not an Andy fan.
Yeah,
I like Andy. I think Andy is great at what he does. I think
he's a bit of an enabler.
I think he has his favorites, and it's clear
for sure.
And I think, which like when your favorites are his favorites, I have nothing to say.
Of course,
like he loves Teresa.
Of course you don't. Of course
he loves her. So
she brings in the money.
But I think, I think we'll be seeing less of the Cohen. Yeah, and I hope I'm wrong, but I think that's just the only thing that makes sense.
No, I think you're right. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
We'll see. I mean, I will be boots on the ground BravoCon. So
you will, our Bravo correspondent.
Yeah, fully.
I'm excited for that. All right. Well, we have a lot coming up, and the next time you see me, I'll be baptized by the one Mr. Styles.
I know you will be.
Despite the fact that I've seen him multiple times already, but
doesn't care.
It literally doesn't matter. He's just
people go to church every Sunday for the same shit. What's you going to a concert twice?
You're right. You're so right.
Right.
And like, why have money if you can't spend it?
Right, you're not taking it with you.
Money, right. Money, like, is forever. Like, Harry Styles only does this so often.
Right. Exactly.
I'll grow more money, but I'll never be able to see this again. Harry Styles' residency at Madison Square Garden?
Absolutely not.
15 nights?
And I think Friday, we are getting Britney and Elton John.
Yes. I did hear that.
And that I'm excited about.
It's going to be so good.
And reportedly, Jessie J sold her 2 songs.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I love Jessie J.
Jessie J low-key slept on Popstar.
Between Jessie J and Meghan Trainor have written some of my favorite pop
like
songs.
low-key, like I like Meghan Trainor.
No, I actually like her too. She's a local girl.
I think she's annoying.
She's so annoying. But her songs that she keeps for herself are bad. Did you know that she wrote Sledgehammer by Fifth Harmony? Mm-hmm. That is one of the best songs of all time. There's another one too that she wrote that's one of my favorites, and I can't remember what it is right now, but she talked about it.
She has like 3 songs I really like that aren't played on the radio. They weren't like radio hits. They just like popped on my like, we think you might like Spotify. And then I find out after that it's Meghan Trainor, and I'm like,
tragic.
Yeah, I do love this song. You know me better than I know myself.
You're right. But she wrote...
I love Sledgehammer.
Oh, songs written. Okay.
Justice for Fifth Harmony.
If I could take your pulse right now, it would feel... Oh, I like the sound of that by Rascal Flatts.
Really?
Yes. Like, how tea is that?
That is tea.
And she wrote a couple for John Legend, too.
Good for her.
Wow.
I like her podcast.
I've never listened to it, but I like the guy that she does it with. I always see him.
Her brother?
No. Oh, I thought you... Okay, I'm not thinking. No, the TikToks that she does with Chris.
Oh, yeah. He's another local boy, too.
He is?
He's from Nantucket. They're both from...
right. Because they grew up together.
They're both from Nantucket.
Wow. Oh, wow. Amazing.
One of my frat brothers, she wrote a song about him, played it at their talent show when she moved to the end of the Cape.
What?
Yeah. She's technically from Nantucket, but then graduated from Eastham.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
And that's where one of my fraternity brothers is from. And he didn't want to go on a date with her, and she wrote a song about him.
Oh. Well, hey, good for him now. Like,
I know.
A little recognition.
Well, I think it was like, I don't think it's like, it was like a talent show song, but still. Fun
but still
fact.
Good enough. That would be a
like
great
Two Truths and a Lie, yeah.
Oh my God, it's such a good icebreaker. Which I need to pull out my icebreakers getting ready to back to school season.
Yeah, maybe we'll do one with our influencer.
With our influencer co-host. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So that's it. We'll post some stuff for polls for her, and we'll go from there.
Loves it.
Anything else?
I'm good.
Me too. I've never better. Never better.
Bye.
Bye, guys.